Snowdonia. Well, I made it. I'm actually staying in the Gwydyr Forest. Not sure if I've pronounced that correctly, but it's in Betws-y-Coed. I mean, the town of Betws-y-Coed is just down there in the valley, and the forest kind of goes up a big hill. It's about 500 feet high at its peak here, and the forest just goes all around me here and behind me. I've got some local sheep for company behind me here. But to my far right, I don't know if you can see, there's a small jagged peak. That's the mountain of Triffin. That's about 3,000 feet. And Snowdon is far in that direction behind the tree line there. But I've got a week here to explore. I'm actually staying right here. There's a forest trail which goes alongside the river here, which is just behind me there. That leads up to the Gwydyr Forest, and the river to the side of me here. And I'll just set up my camera up behind me. There's some nice light hitting the other bank there. There's some trees. There's one tree with its branches angling over the river there, and the sun's just hitting that side of the bank. So I've just set my camera up. I've actually done 2 or 3 panorama shots there, because there's another tree further back which is also lit, so that may work with a panorama of those 2 trees in the same photo. The trees on the right side of the frame there. I think there's 2 or 3 trees. The front one is split and angling in a bit, and you can just see the branch coming across to the left there. And the light is just hitting the bank, the river bank, just to the side of the tree there. Looking back down the river there, but I've noticed there's a tree coming in from the left there. It's got 2 branches diagonally angled over the river there. But if you look in the distance, there's a tree in the far distance there, and it's just showing its yellowy orange autumn leaves very early on. I've seen a few trees and a few small patches of leaves that are starting to turn yellowy orange, but I just managed to frame that in the gap where the 2 smaller branches are coming from the main tree on the left, and you've got the river flowing off into the distance there. I've just come down to the calmness of the River Conwy here, and I've just set my camera up behind me. I think you can see behind me there. I'm just looking down the river, so that'll be looking south. I've got my compass right. Betws-y-Coed is just a mile or two that way, heading to the north. But yeah, I'm just looking down the river there, and it does curve. There's a gentle S-curve. There's actually an island in the middle there. You can see that behind me. The river goes both sides of the island. So I'm just looking towards this side of the island, and there's an S-curve going around it. And the sun is just coming down into the branches of the trees, hanging over from the island, going across over the river there. And there's lots of rocks lining the way along the shore of the river there. So I've just got the frame set up there of the trees overhanging, going across on one side to the river on the other side. It's quite a nice shot there. I'm trying different shutter speeds, so I've got a polarizer on. So I really want to bring out the greens here, and just to cut down reflection in the river. I'm going to try a free stop as well, just to see how that affects the water flow. I'm not sure I want to smooth it out too much. It may look better to have an idea of the water flowing. I'll try both. I'll see what comes out. Yeah, it's the view I have looking down the river there. So the island is to the left there. And you can see those trees, the branches overhanging the top of the frame there. And the river just sweeping round in a curve to the right there, with obviously the foliage of the trees to the right. So I think it makes a nice composition there. You also got those two rocks on the bottom right there. That helps to balance that right edge of the frame. So I've taken a few shots here with polarizer, with and without a free-stop ND, just to see how that affects the water and see which effect I prefer. But it's just getting close to sunset. Probably see the light of the sun in the background there. So there is a chance I will get a decent sunset there. But in the background you've got the mountain of Triffin, which is nearly 3,000 feet up, I think. And sort of further that way, hidden by the trees, but there is Moel Siarad, and you can just make out the Mount Snowdon far off in the distance there.